X, it pains me to see that war between Reploids has started once again. This capsule contains the sealed parts for the ultimate armor. X, be warned, this armor's astonishing power could be used to cause great destruction if used with a clouded mind. However, I trust you to use it to stop this conflict and bring about salvation to mankind. Be warned that the power output is massive and may be too much for your systems to handle, so only use this as a last resort. Take this armor and fight for the everlasting peace I've dreamed of for so long.
Hello everyone, ColeManX here. Today we have a big one, X's Ultimate Armor. First introduced to us in Mega Man X4 and seen throughout the PlayStation era games, the Ultimate Armor is arguably the most powerful armor the Mega Man X franchise has ever seen. With its giant plasma shot, infinite weapon ammo, and unlimited Nova Strike attack, this armor is X at his most powerful. His ultimatum to Mavericks. While originally being created as a tie-in to the Mega Armor Model Kit series, the Ultimate Armor has really stood the test of time. But did you ever notice that with each game, the color of the armor seems to be fading? If this is meant to be the same Ultimate Armor across all three games, then why would the color change so drastically between them? I've wondered about this for a while, and I think it may be more than a stylistic choice. Now, you may be wondering what makes me say that this is meant to be the same armor across all three games. Well, when you input the Ultimate Armor code in X4, X still starts off naked, only grape flavored. But when you find any capsule, Dr. Light gives you the full armor set. In X5 and X6, inputting the code for the Ultimate Armor unlocks it immediately in the opening stage, implying it is the same armor that X carried at the end of the previous game. Normally in X5, X starts with the 4th armor that he kept from X4, so saying the same about the Ultimate Armor isn't too much of a stretch. Even if you completely write off the code and only consider the Ultimate Armor capsule in 0 Space 3, that would still carry over to X6 the same way. One oddity to point out is that even with the Ultimate Armor unlocked, completing the stages 0 will have X as the boss and his X4 Ultimate Armor coloring. I can't think of a single reason why it's like this, aside from X using X4 weapons. But that whole fight is a mess anyway. Maybe X really is pushing the armor back to its highest power output. Back on topic, at the beginning of X6, it is stated that Aelia is the one that repaired the Falcon armor, the default starting armor, in between X5 and X6. However, this dialogue does not change when using the Ultimate Armor. Since X would have access to both armors, we have to assume Aelia was unable to help with it. Maybe 3 weeks just wasn't enough time to fix it, or maybe the armor was just too far gone at that point. I know we've had to jump through a few logic loops, so keep in mind, this is all absolutely headcanon and is in no way 100% supported by anything in the games. This is just a fun thought. The first time we're introduced to the Ultimate Armor, X has more of a purple tint to him before he even puts the armor on. But once he does obtain the armor, he keeps the purple coloring. This is the most common depiction of the Ultimate Armor as far as spin-offs and merchandise are concerned, and is usually considered the Ultimate Armor's default state. In X5, the armor takes on more of a blue color. It isn't a drastic change, but it's definitely there if you look for it. But then we get to X6 and the color scheme is completely different. The blue turns almost black, the gold becomes faded, and the inner parts have become a turquoise color. I know the turquoise is the same color used in the X5 coloring, but all of X's PlayStation era sprites use this color for the light blue areas. This turquoise color was used specifically in art from the X Legacy collection, so it feels like more of a deliberate color choice here. I'm also aware that the X6 mugshot shows X with gold accents, but we're gonna go with the sprites and the Legacy collection art. Now, doesn't it feel like there's something up with the armor? After being used for 3 games, the color degradation here makes me think that continuous usage of the ultimate armor has a drawback: diminishing returns. It's almost as if using it from game to game slowly chips away at its power. We even see this between X4 and X5. The armor loses the infinite ammo ability, instead dropping to 50% ammo usage. Dr. Light may have made the most powerful weapon imaginable, but even his genius can't stop the flow of time. When the armor was first unlocked in X4, Dr. Light said that it was incomplete, and X's safety was not guaranteed. Despite all the power it contained, the ultimate armor just wasn't ready for prolonged use. Realistically though, these lines are most likely referring to the left out features of the ultimate armor. See this video for more details on that. But this could also easily explain the degradation and eventual destruction of the armor itself. If the armor really was falling apart, that would be an easy explanation as to why the ultimate armor was completely absent in X7, only to be reborn in a new form in X8. Now, was the armor actually degrading, or was the color change just a choice to differentiate the games? Was it absent from X7 because it finally broke down, or just because X7 was being X7? I'd like to know your thoughts on this one. Oh, I guess I should mention the X Challenge armor. It looks cool. Very frosty. The sprites were botched though. Oh well. Thanks for watching. Big thanks to Sprinkwing for most of the art here, and also to DauntedX for another art piece. And another big thanks to Richie T for voicing Dr. Light in the intro. Please be sure to check all these fine people out, links in the description. And, as always, a big thanks to our channel members: SilBee, Dano, Asterisk, Doranor, Derupi, Springqueen, Masterman, Kelsarin, and the rest of our supporters. Do you think the ultimate armor is slowly falling apart between games, or do you think the color change was just meant to be stylistic? Let me know what you think. See you next time.